now I am having coffee. And I wanted coffee because I wanted to sit here and walk you through where I landed with my Paper Republic and Chic Sparrow from my last conversation, show you what I got going on, and then carry on with my Saturday. Okay? If that sounds good, keep watching. Hey friends, happy Saturday. It's the weekend. So I am finally enjoying my cup of coffee, even though it is almost afternoon. I started the day with some decaf tea when I did my morning pages, and now I am having coffee. And I wanted coffee because I wanted to sit here and walk you through where I landed with my Paper Republic and Chic Sparrow from my last conversation, show you what I got going on, and then carry on with my Saturday. Okay? If that sounds good, keep watching. Okay, friends, here's what we got. So you saw, here's what it's looking like. Let me give you, and we're about to have a conversation about this ribbon because for the past week and a half, I thought, oh, let's put a little, this is how I decorated it. A ribbon, green cord, which it came with, and then I put my clampy here just because I need it when I'm in my book. This is what it looks like. I rolled my Paper Republic. What that means is I just rolled it like this in different directions. So it has some wrinkles and crinkles, which I like. I didn't take the books out to roll it. I just kind of did this. I know some people may think this is crazy, but I am not that kind of person with my leather notebooks. I like them worn. The spine is still smooth because I didn't roll that, but so that is what has happened since you saw it. I think you saw, I don't know if you saw this charm. I think I made a short, and this is a superior labor charm, but just so you know how the charm is constructed, it has this hook in the back. So it creates all these dents in your book. It doesn't bother me, but a lot of times I have it like this. And then I thought, oh, let's add some nice satin ribbon on the side. This is a very cheap ribbon from Walmart. You get what you pay for. So it's not double satin. It's not draping pretty. I liked it for a few days. I've had it on here for about a week and a half. I wanted you to see it, and now I'm going to take it off. I was like, okay, I tried. That is not happening. This is better. So this is what we're working with. And then same thing with my Chic Sparrow. I was like, ooh, I got this pre-loved, and this is a Chic Sparrow Maverick A5 Slim in 2020, and it came with a brown cord, and I never changed the cord. I just used it for the past 5 years without changing the cord. And then I was like, let's jazz it up. So I put this red string on here, and I love it. And then I put 4 charms. I love the multiple charm thing. A little heart. This one says faith over fear. Little teddy bear, and then a cross. This is my devotional planner. And again, clampy because I use them on the inside. I had this cute ribbon here, but then I was like, this is too much. So I wanted you to see it, and now I'm taking it off. I'm glad I tried it with this cheap ribbon that I got for $1.50. Got a whole roll for Walmart, $1.50. I can use them for like holiday gifts, so it's fine. But I'm glad I didn't go on Etsy and buy like some expensive double satin ribbon, because I don't really need all of that. Like, I'm very basic when it comes to the utility of my books, but I wanted to show you. So when we last chatted, I said I wanted to have, in my Paper Republic, I wanted to have a book for thinking, deep thinking, and I wanted to have a book for my North Star, which is like goals. I got the term North Star notebook from artist and YouTuber Erin Ware, and she has a video on her North Star book. Mine isn't like hers, but I like the idea of it. It's similar in that it's a place where you put your goals. And where we depart is, I believe Erin puts like to-do lists, project management type list and tasks and stuff in hers. I don't plan to do that in mine because I have a planner and I want to put all my tasks and to-do lists in my planner. But my North Star book is just a place where I can put down my goals and reflect on them periodically. Like, do these still fit? You know, do I still want these? Why hasn't this happened yet? What's blocking me? That kind of thing. Like thinking about them and reflecting on them and the progress that I'm making or not making. So I wanted that in here, but then when I got off of the camera with you, I was just like, wait a minute, there was another book I wanted to put in here. I wanted 3 books in here. And then also my morning page booklet goes in here, but I wanted a 3rd book, and that was my book reflections book. So I was like, I can't get 3 notebooks in here. I can't have North Star, book reflections, and deep thinking notebook in here, because you can't, this doesn't accommodate 3 Moleskines, just 2 and maybe a booklet. So I thought about it and I said, okay, I don't want, my reading reflections are important for me now, because I'm reading, but then I'm just forgetting that I read stuff. Like, don't ask me how many books I read this month, this year, because I know I read them, but I can't remember what month I read them in. I'm just like, we can talk about the book, but I just can't remember when it happened. And I'm like, I don't want to have those glitches in my memory. So I decided that in the Paper Republic that I would, I'll move this out the way. We'll talk about the other one. So in the Paper Republic, so this is the Grand Voyageur XL Chestnut. I have 2 Moleskine Classic. So it has 192 pages in each of these. This green one is blank pages, right? And then this lime is lined, right? Now, fun fact, I just bought both of these notebooks this summer on Amazon, and happy to report, they're both fountain pen friendly. So I tested out several fountain pens, and this is my darkest one, and you can see nothing has bled through. You can't even, like, there's even like some minimal ghosting, but nothing is bleeding through. And then also with this one is also fountain pen friendly. I did a pen test. Look at that unicorn. And so I'm very, very happy because I get to use my fountain pens in all of the notebooks and inserts in this Paper Republic. So that makes me happy. So here's what I decided to do. This is the cash and carry insert. I don't really have a use for this, but I am using it for blotting paper. I'm sure I'll find some other stuff to put in here, maybe some stickers or whatever. But I don't like this. This is not a notebook where stickers are needed, but maybe. So I did that. I made some morning page booklets like I told you I would make. So here are my booklets. I made 6 altogether, just some cardstock, and then this is dot grid rhodia paper. And I just, you know, I made a little booklet. They're not fancy. I'm just trying to use up my paper. I have dot grid and grid. And this is the first one that I made. And, you know, the edges get all frayed, but who cares, friend? It's going in the trash. Morning pages are supposed to go in the trash. You're not supposed to reread them, reflect on them. That's not the practice. So here's what I did. It started August 14th, and then I wrote my last set of morning pages this morning. That's all I have the page for. So it's not a lot of days in each of these booklets, so like 10 days, but that's fine. So if it's 10 days per booklet, then these should last me for another 50 days. So towards the end of October, and then I'll make some more booklets. I have another notepad that has rhodia paper in it, and then I have another notepad that has Clairefontaine. So I'm just going to keep making these until the end of the year because I have all the supplies to do so. Once I'm done with that, my plan is to, I found out that MD, which I love MD paper, as you know, if you saw my notebooks collection video that I posted recently, you know that I have a lot of MD notebooks. I also have these B6 Slim MD booklets, and they're booklets like this. And I said to myself, wait a minute, do they make those booklets in A5? Because I don't, and I looked it up, friend, and they do. So after I'm done with all of my handmade booklets and all the paper that I have, I'm gonna just buy the 3-pack of MD A5 paper. And I think I only have to like trim off a tiny little bit. So I'll just take the stack to the print shop. They chop it off. They won't even charge me. my local print shop where I get all of my art stuff printed at. And so that's what I'm gonna do after I'm done with my makeshift books. But this is my little morning pages. It's working just fine. This is some, what do you call that? Masking tape. I wrote morning pages there, but I do log it here. And the way that I treat this is that this is one page. Both of these is one page because I'm trying to be integral to the practice. I'll just show you the end. Integral to the practice. So I write here and here. That's one page. And then I turn the page here and here. That's 2 pages. And then turn the page. This will be 3 pages. Now, I'm stopping in this book because I don't have another sheet of paper here. And I guess I could tape a piece of paper in here, but I was just like, it doesn't matter. Just stop. Because I want to start the new day tomorrow and a new notebook. I don't want it to be like half and half. So that's how I do morning pages here. 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, you know, that kind of thing. So this has been working great, but I can take this one out because we are done with this, and I can pop in another one. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I'm just gonna get this and slide it in. So that's that. That's my morning pages. And again, this is not rocket science, but I think I will, yeah. So morning pages, and then I will, oh, sorry, I will put the date here. So this is gonna be 23rd. Oh, not the 23rd, friend. Not the 23rd. 24th. Of August through whatever. And then I just like having 2025 just so I know. So it's easy peasy. So that is working fine. So let me show you what's happening here. So this book is going to be my deep thinking book. Right now, I have no thoughts, but I have some thoughts. But this is for me to jot down what I'm thinking about. Like, for example, this morning I read something in the Psalms, and I think it was Psalms 12, and it was about, I think it ends with like, and worthless things are exalted by the human race, whatever. And it just got me thinking, because I've been thinking a lot about distraction, delusion, and dopamine. So that's the kind of thing that I want to put in this book, where it's like, instead of me walking around and thinking about these things in my head, it's like, well, I don't know. Actually, let's just put it down here. Do I have a fountain pen over here? I wanted to use fountain pens, but I'll just use what I have. But this is like, so I would do something like 23rd August, right? 2025. The things on my mind are distraction, delusion, and dopamine, right? And then I'm thinking, like, are they connected? How? Right? Friend, this is what I wanted the book for no other reason except to be like, let's think about this. Like, if they are connected, how are they connected? Is it a cyclical connection? Is it like a linear connection? Like one thing happens, the next thing happens, and like, what is it? Or how do I think it happens? And then I'll think about, like, well, what does distraction look like for me? And then, yeah, so anyway, that is what this book is for. So that's my thinking book. So what I would do is in the morning, which I probably should have did this after morning pages, because that's when I started thinking about this, but setting a timer and just sitting and thinking deeply. This is not about researching. It's not about going on the internet and being like, okay, what is this? No, just sit with your own thoughts, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, however long I decide, and just sit with myself and figure out what it is and how has it played out in my life, or how have I observed it in others, and just think about it because I want to. And then if I do decide after my thinking session that, oh, I want to go read more about this, then I will go read more about it, put that in my commonplace book, because those are other people's ideas. Only my ideas go in here, right? So that's my thinking book. Cash and carry folder, morning pages, you saw that. And then this final book, which I forgot to tell you about, was I wanted a place where I can reflect on the books that I'm reading, because I feel like I'm losing time. Let me have some coffee. And I'm reading books, but I'm not remembering what I was reading. And for years, I saw reading as rain. Like, just let the rain come, let the rain wash over you, let the storm pass. So I never really, like, after graduate school, it was sort of like I started doing more passive reading instead of active reading. And I think that that's fine. But now I want to do a little bit more active reading. So annotating is becoming more important. And now reflecting after I finish a book. And I got that tip from another YouTuber and writer. Her name is Petia. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. And she had a video about annotating. And one of the things she said that resonated with me was that after you finish a book, just write 3 pages on it. What did you, like, what was it about? It's not a book review. So I'm not writing a book review. Because there's a way to write a book review. I'm just paying attention to what I'm feeling and thinking once I finish a book and what was poignant while I was reading the book. So this is what this book is. So here's an example. I kept it very simple, friend. These are the Yumi Kitagishi stickers. These are like the Post-its, and I haven't even glued them down. I do need to glue them down. I have my glue stick here to do that at some point today. I just put start, and I started this on the 11th of August and then finish. And my intention is to keep doing these and just have a little library of books. I like soft cover, but I can see this also doing well in a hardcover, especially if you want to shelve them. But anyway, so I have that. Nothing on this page. And then I decided that I wasn't going to try to force myself to go back and to January and be like, okay, what books did I read again? I thought about that for 5 minutes and I said, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And I am a completionist, right? I love a good complete thing. You know, I love a good set. You know this about me. But some things are just not worth it. And some things are just vanity. This is why I'm not on Goodreads, because I feel like a lot of that reading is so performative. You don't need, like, it's fine. You don't need to know how many books I read. I don't need to know how many books I read. It doesn't matter. Just read the books. Make them good. So I decided not to try to go back. Instead, I just started with whatever was the last book I read right when I started this. So I started this on August 11th. And on August 10th is when I finished this book, An American Marriage by Tayeri Jones. And I just got some stickers and put the cover here. I'm not overthinking this. I'm currently reading this. And I have an Audible book that I'm starting today, so I'll put that in here as well. And that's it. I can get 9 on this page, 9 on this page. No problem. If I can get through 18 books by the end of the year, that'd be great. But who cares? I'm not in a race. But I just did this simple thing, books read, period. The stickers will go here. And then I go right into my reflection. I give it a star rating, fiction, published in 2018. You can see, I can't remember when I started this book, but I did place it like around the end of July. And then my plan was just to write 1, 2, 3 pages, but it kept going, and that's okay. So I just keep going, and I still have to put some quotes that I want to put on this page, and then I'll be done. No problem, right? And then my star rating I put in the back just so I can be a little consistent, right? And I got this from Pinterest, and then I amended some of the language because I care about certain things. Like, you're getting a 4-star from me when I feel like the language is really memorable, right? When I'm like, oh my God, I want to write like this. So, and then 5 is forget about it. This is something you can read and reread, and everybody needs to read it. I'll probably buy the book for some other people to read it. Like I just listened to a book on Audible. That's total single star. But because I was like, I don't feel like writing about it, I was just like, leave it off. And this person got a 2nd book deal, by the way. It's just terrible. Anyway, so that's what this is. So I will keep you posted. If you have any recommendations, let me know. Please don't recommend trash to me. I think I'm a snob when it comes to language. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I see some of y'all are reading like 100 books, and I'm like, but what is the quality of these books? And I know that sounds a little judgmental because it probably is, and I apologize. Since, like, I'm sorry. It's not for me. Let's just say that. Do it for you. It's not for me. So I've never read a romance novel. Not that I think that they're pointless. It's just not what I gravitate. I've never read a romance novel in my adult life. Now, funny thing is, American Marriage is a love story. So I guess you could put this in the romance category. Anyway, my point is, let me not be judgmental. Read the books. I just like really good fiction. So only recommend good things to me. If you know it's not good, don't recommend it. You know what I do want to get into, though, because I haven't read a lot of sci-fi. Recommend some sci-fi if it's really good, okay? Because I can get into that. Anyway, let me stop before people think I'm a mean person. I'm not a mean person. Also, you know what I was thinking about yesterday? I was also thinking, like, yesterday that I'm not a nice person either. I gotta think some more about that. I'm gonna put that in my deep thinking book. I'm a kind person. I don't know if I'm a nice person. Anyway, I digress, but these are the books. So send me, oh, you know what else I'm reading right now? And I'll probably finish this weekend. I want to try to finish this weekend. But Gorilla My Love, I dip in and out of that short story collection. So anyway, that's what I have here. And then in the back, I feel so bad for saying that y'all are reading trash. I'm sorry. I feel terrible. I'm like, Christa, Lord forgive me. I'm just happy that people are reading. Just read the books, but just make sure you're reading them because you want to read them. And it's not about how many books I can read. 100 books in a year. I can't even fathom 100 books in a year unless it's your job. Like why would you do that? Are you getting a PhD? I mean, well, people get PhDs depending on where you get them from. Like you're reading like 200 books, 300 books for your study period or whatever. But like, some of y'all are reading these thick old books and I'm like, how? Maybe it's just me. I'm slow. I am slow, guys. I am. And I have 2 Ivy League degrees. I don't understand none of it. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. So in the back, I have book author, start, finish, my rating, and that's it. And I'm just gonna, that's it. I'm keeping this very simple. I love that some of y'all have these beautiful reading logs. This is not my reading journal. This is my reading reflections. I know it's semantics, but I'm not going to be doing spreads in here. I'm just going to be putting the sticker of the book cover in here and writing. Boop, 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 boop. So I can go back and be like, what was that about? And yeah, so that's what's in here. Okay, I'm gonna stop chatting about books because I realize I actually have a lot to say about Bookstagram. And this is why I'm not in it. And I probably wouldn't be invited into it because I would be a menace. I would be a menace. Read good literature. I would be a whole menace to the people on the Instagram or the Instagram, TikTok, all of it. I would be a menace. Anyway, let me move on because that done got me riled up. Christa, don't be so judgmental, girl. Let the people do what they want to do. But life is short. Read good things. As you know, this is my devotional, right? See, I still need Jesus because he knows that I need to. Anyway, this is just the Moleskine Expanded. As you know, I stopped doing I still do the dots a little bit, but lately I've just been like, girl, just write in your book. I'll still be in this book for a very long time. This is not fountain pen friendly, so I just use a gel pen. So that's that. I went to my stash. You remember my notebook video? So I had this book I showed you in my notebook video, and you might remember it. I got it free at a conference when I was in Paris. It's called the Black Portraitures Conference, and it had this graphic on the front, right? But I covered it up with a sticker. And I said I would use this book because after I tried out a bunch of books, this was the one that worked. Like I didn't have any problems with this one. So I just wanted to use what I had, and it's fine. I don't love hardcover, but I can deal with it. So this is what this book is. And then I put my friend Monique's sticker on the back. Don't let fear have all the fun. And yeah, so, and this is not fountain pen friendly. This is not fountain pen friendly. I think because these are from years and years ago. So, these are newer. And that's why I feel like Moleskine is going to get it together where all of their books are going to be fountain pen friendly. I feel like that's going to happen. All right, so I didn't really start this book. Can't write on this first page. I'm probably going to decorate this book quite a bit because it's visioning and goals. So what I did was I took my vision board, and I take vision boards very seriously. I've only made 2 in my life vision boards in my life. One I want to say was back in 2007, 8. and then the one that I made last year, most recently. So I think this one was made in 2024 or 2023. Probably 2024. And I will keep it until it doesn't serve me anymore. So I don't make vision boards every year. So I just took a photo of it, printed it on sticker paper. Sticker paper is like my favorite thing. I have a whole pack in my stash, and I was like, oh, this is so much easier to put things down on paper. So this is my vision board. I plan to put scripture here. And then that's it. And then I have my goals from the beginning of the year. I had them in my Sterling Ink Common Planner. And it was one of these early pages, I think from here. And so I just ripped it out and I was like, could it fit in here without me having to write them over? Because why write them over? So I am going to, I got some new scissors, big scissors, and I'm just gonna trim. I could use my paper cutter for this, but this paper is really thin. So I was like, oh. And again, the point of these goals, this North Star book, is just to have a place where I can reflect on my goals over time and see how they change. So it really is just about reflecting. Yeah, that works. I can pop it right here. So I got a little glue. I'm not gonna overdo it. And this is what I was working with. This may change because I'm gonna be reflecting on these goals today, this weekend, and just being like, okay, is this really what you want? Because girl, well, why aren't you working towards them with haste and urgency? And it doesn't need to be perfect. I'm all about this. Nothing needs to be perfect right now. Just get it in there. And then I even got some little washi tape just to have a little bit of pizzazz. Which one do you put on the top or the bottom? I don't really know how the girls be doing the washi tape. Layering. Y'all are out here. I got too much washi tape. I need to give it all away because it's not really my bag. I love it though. I love buying it. I love buying washi tape. But it's like, this one is really pretty, but it's not really my thing. Like, I'm not really doing anything with it. I just collect it. I am really big. I'm very happy about my big scissors because I usually use my little cutter bees. All right, so that's it. I just have, these are my goals, right? Let me get some glue in here. And what I'm going to do is just ask myself a series of questions. Do these still resonate? And again, this is not the space where I'm going to like these are more like intentions. I wrote my goals this year as intentions for my life so that they could like last over time. But the actual to-dos for each of these things, that stuff will go in my planner or some other book. I don't need another planner. I can't have like project plans all over the place about how I'm gonna add to my art career or continue to craft the art career of my dreams. I'm not going to add that in here. I can vision about it. Like I can add another vision board about art specifically. I can write about some of the things that I want to accomplish per quarter, that kind of thing. But the details and the tracking of the progress, like the day-to-day tracking, week-to-week tracking, that can go in my planner. So I intend for this book to be with me for years. And I can just see like, okay, let me actually make a note of this. This is 2025, right? And you know, And then if I make another set of goals for 2025, I'll just put the month that I revised them. Right? So that's what this book is about. I'll keep you posted on it. But I wanted to show you where I landed. And I'm actually happy that the North Star is right next to my devotional, because you know what the Bible says. Commit your plans to the Lord, and he will establish you, right? So it's like, these are plans that I want to be praying about, checking in with God about. Is this the way? Is this vanity? Is this me wanting this because somebody else has it? And all that jazz. So, and it's all together, and all of this is not fountain pen friendly, so that's great. And all of this is fountain pen friendly, and that's great. So that is where I landed with these two books. I will show them to you periodically, especially the book, you know, maybe once a month. We'll just kind of go over what I read. It might be just one book. Who knows? It might be 20 books. I don't know. If y'all are out here reading 20 books a month, pray for me, because I just literally want to read 4. That would be great. I feel like an active reading life for me is a book a week, baby. That just seems reasonable for me and all the things I got going on in my life. So, and that just feels peaceful, but I don't know. Anyway, that's that. Thank you for watching. Definitely check back in and set your notifications, because I have so many videos coming. I got 2 new covers. You might want to come and see them. We're going to switch out of my personal Multerm Veg Tan ring planner into something else that might be new or old. We shall see. I got something that entered my collection that I've been looking for a year and a half now, and it's a start. I can't wait to show that to you. And yeah. Oh, and we have an ink swatching video coming too, because I realized I don't share enough with you about my fountain pens, even though I ink them up at least twice a month. So I thought we would do some of that. If all of that sounds good to you, definitely hit that like button and set your notifications. I cut this little photo out because I really like the way it looked. I'll just put that there. See, I think this vision book is going to be very creative. Like, I'll be able to put like little images that I've seen. I could put the scripture right here. And you know, whatever, I just like the way that looks. Yellow is a really important color for me. So yeah, so anyways, all that's coming up. Thank you for tuning in, and you know, I will catch you in the next one. If you have any questions about any of these, let me know. If you have any suggestions, I mean, I'm loving this Paper Republic. I'm probably gonna get another one, but I'm trying to just be patient, because I don't need to do that this year. Like, I don't need to do that. I don't need to rush. Look at this. Look at all these dents. I've had this for less than 2 weeks. I love it. Okay, I will talk to you later. Bye.